So guys, Peter Obi stormed another school, donating the sum of 25 million naira. This was yesterday. School in Abatete that is being run by Reverend Sisters. Peter Obi was there and he gave them the sum of 25 million. I mean, within the space of like 1 week, Peter Obi has really spent a lot. Don't forget that Peter Obi went to his hometown and donated 90 million naira, you know, like a week ago. Before he now went to UNN, he got an emergency call from the students in the Department of Dentistry in UNN to come to their rescue because they were also facing the same situation that those of them in Calabar, University of Calabar, were equally facing. You know, Peter Obi quickly got there, gave them 15 million to see what they can do with it. Before the students, you know, in the University of Calabar equally beckoned on Peter Obi to come to their aid. That was when Peter Obi went there and gave them the sum of 20 million, because that of Calabar, they lost their accreditation. You know, the VC threatened the students that they were going to be sent back home, and you know what that means. Parents sitting down in their houses only to see their children, you know, being sent away from school because the school, you know, over admitted students. They have more than they can cater for, and in addition to that, they lost their accreditation. So the school was threatening them that they were going to be sent back home. Peter Obi went there, gave them the sum of 20 million naira. That is for University of Calabar. Apart from that, Peter Obi went to CKC, you know, his own school where he graduated from, his own secondary school. They always have this alumni program, and Peter Obi was there and he gave them 50 million naira. And again, we now saw that Peter Obi now went to another school again in Abatete. That was yesterday. I mean, you know, this school is being controlled by Reverend Sisters. Peter Obi went to support them with 25 million naira. Don't forget that of Benin City, that Peter Obi gave them 15 million, and you know, they've been talking about that. That is the third time Peter Obi visited that school in Benin, in Edo State. You know, Peter Obi has been there the third time. This time that he went there is the third time he has gone there to support them. But we all saw how it ended up. So Peter Obi has really been helping. I'm just going to take you through the tweet of the one that Peter Obi did in his village, I mean his own hometown. Like this tweet says, breaking, Peter Obi donates over 90 million naira to his hometown in a truly inspiring display of patriotism and community support. Mr. Peter Obi has once again shown that real leadership is all about making a difference and serving the people, not just delivering speeches. Just yesterday in Agulu, Anambra State, the former governor and 2027 presidential hopeful made a jaw-dropping donation that left the community in awe. 50 million naira to Agulu Microfinance Bank to empower small businesses and uplift local SMEs. 10 million naira to Agulu Acquisition Center to foster youth development. 30 million naira to Agulu Progressive Union Women Wing to back women-led initiative. And that's not all. Obi also gifted 2 innocent pickup trucks to enhance the Agulu Vigilante service and help keep the community safe. Total support, 90 million naira plus 2 security vehicles. Who else is stepping up like PO? Leadership is not about show, it's about service. Peter Obi, a new Nigeria is possible. So this was what Peter Obi offered his community, and honestly, this is amazing at such a time when security is another thing altogether across Nigeria. This man has used his own personal money, you know, to make sure the community is secured, and he also, like, you know, helps small businesses, women in their development and your initiative, you know, and also the microfinance bank there. Peter Obi gave them 50 million so that they will be able to give money, loan money to, you know, those small petty village businesses that people can be doing to keep themselves busy. So guys, this is nothing else but, you know, empathy in display. I mean, understanding the times we are in Nigeria, understanding that people are really having very hard and tough time. Trying to feed is another thing altogether in Nigeria. Peter Obi just went to his village and offered them this 90 million naira with 2 security vans to be able to, you know, make sure the community is protected. Like we all know, he was in UNN, donated, Unica donated, CKC donated, and he also went to Edo State, donated, and this time around he went to Abatete to visit this school that is managed by Reverend Sisters and also donated 25 million naira. That was just yesterday. So guys, this man, right from the time he was in office, if you've forgotten that Peter Obi won so many awards, I'm going to be showing you that, you know. But recently, the Agbados, I mean, the APC mobsters on the social media, they tried to say, oh, Peter Obi, there was no water in Anambra State under Peter Obi. I'm just going to show you some videos to prove them wrong. I mean, this man he said he's not desperate to be president. He just wants to see Nigerians eat and, you know, be able to feed themselves, be able to take care of themselves. He wants to see schools work. He wants to see hospitals working in Nigeria. These are the missions of Peter Obi. I'm just going to allow you to take a look at some of these videos. Take your time, watch them, and let me know your honest reaction in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell. Please give this video a like so that YouTube can recommend it to others. And let me allow you now take a look at these clips to see that and to prove that Peter Obi did not even start all this today. These things you see him doing are just who he is. You know, he has been in the business of helping out, and that is just what he continues doing, this time with his personal money. We are not even talking about, you know, the politicians, those of them at the National Assembly that go home with millions and millions of naira monthly. Common, all these community projects that they get money for, they don't give it to Nigerians. Have you seen the lawmaker that went home to empower his people with clay pot? Clay pot, whether he wants them to become native doctors, I don't know. He is offering them one clay pot. Recently, we saw a lawmaker from the north giving his people 1,000. That is his own community service. This is what they get money to offer to their people. It's not their money. All this money they are borrowing, which Nigerians are going to be the ones to pay. Use it for community projects. We are not seeing it. Tinubu told the governors to wet the grass the more, that he's giving them too much money, that they should wet the grass. Why is Tinubu giving them too much money if not for electoral purposes, so that they will be loyal to him and be able to help him out during the election? Because we don't see anything coming from these governors. Anyway, guys, I'm just going to allow you to take a look at some of these clips just for you to know that Peter Obi just wants every Nigerian to feel belong. Take your time, watch this video, drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Now take a look.
Let's not talk about the election. We have a critical problem happening now. See, this is what I'm saying. We should all come together. Even you as a journalist should look beyond the election. People are dying of hunger. And we're talking about the election. What happens in the next election? I've said this publicly. Peter Obi is not desperate to be Nigerian president and desperate to see Nigeria work. Your children are suffering. Let's talk about how to save the country. If the country is working, I mustn't be president. Let the country work for our future. Okay. I want the children of here to be looked after. And if we don't do anything, it will consume everybody. And like it consumes everybody. Some people will think today they are benefiting or because it's this. No. In a situation where you have a looming crisis and we're playing about it, we've been warned of we're going to face hunger next year. We're using almost 100% of our revenue to service debts, and nobody can say how we pile the debts, what we use it for. In a place where, instead of putting our money, we've now been told we are bankrupt. Instead of now behaving like people who are bankrupt, we are still behaving like people who are still affluent. Because bankrupt people should be now be downsizing all expenditures that is not critical for development. But we are still going ahead, living a life that is beyond our resources, even when borrowing to continue such life. So there are things we need to do. All these things are things we need to look at. It's time to look at whether this presidential system suits us, or whether we can change and go back to parliamentary system. Because we cannot have a situation, and that's what Obasanjo is saying. Let's have something that can suit us, whether it's parliamentary or presidential. It is time that we elect people who must be answerable to us. We can no longer continue to have an elected people who answer us through third parties or source comments to us and everything. It cannot continue.
tell us Peter Obi's achievement as the former governor of Anambra State.
Peter Obi left $12 billion and $50 million in Access Bank. Peter Obi left $50 million and $12 billion in Diamond Bank. Peter Obi left $56 million and $12 billion in Fidelity Bank. Nigeria Debt Management Office rated Anambra State as the least indebted state in Nigeria. Peter Obi government funded transformation of massive infrastructure development, accreditation of 12 health institutions, 2 hospitals, also built 10 maternal and child care centers across the state.
Education seemed to be joining Anambra State and the federal government together despite political party divide. The Minister of Education, Mr. Nyesom Wike, and the Anambra State Governor, Peter Obi, jointly performed the groundbreaking ceremony of the federal government multi-million naira boy special vocational school at Uga in Awata local government area.
Education is a key to growth and socio-economic development, and this perhaps explains why Governor Peter Obi remains committed to providing the needed facilities and logistics that would enhance a conducive, functional and qualitative learning environment.
When we came on board, no school had lab, no school had library, no school had sick bay. Today, with what we are doing, means last year, we launched 10 billion education around within the past 6 months. I want to learn from him, and I said I will go back. The library which we have built for the junior secondary school in all the unity colleges, that we will replicate what we have done.
The next port of call was at Uga in Agwata local government area, where the groundbreaking ceremony of a multi-billion naira federal government boy-child special vocation center was performed.
You know, basic education is not within the purview of federal government. Basic education is within the purview of state government. And so as part of supporting the state government, particularly those state government that we see that are committed in improving access and quality of education to our people, where the federal government decided through UBEC that what we did, like in our magic program, should replicate it in the southeast and the south-south.
The ceremony was concluded at the Women Development Center, Oka, where a check for 525 million naira was presented to the Ministry of Education for sports and sick bay facilities in all the public and mission secondary schools in the state.
Mr. Peter Obi is a thoroughbred professional and fellow of the Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria. He has excelled both in private enterprise and public service, and had at various times been the chairman, Fidelity Bank PLC, chairman, Guardian Express Mortgage Bank Limited, chairman, Paymaster PLC, to mention just a few. As governor, he was elected vice chairman of the Nigeria Governors Forum and chairman, Southeast Governors Forum, amongst numerous other federal government appointments. Recently honored as the outstanding Igbo man of the decade by the Champion newspaper, Mr. Obi is credited with introducing fundamental changes in Nigerian politics and is remembered for the following achievements while in office: exemplary commitment to reforms and development, building relationships between Anambra State and other countries such as USA, Britain, Russia, European Union, Belgium, Israel, Venezuela, and others. Attracted big Fortune 500 companies like SAB Miller, Distel, and GlaxoSmithKline, Nemeth Pharmaceuticals, etc. to Anambra State. Under him, Anambra State was rated the least indebted state in Nigeria by the Debt Management Office. Anambra was adjudged by the Federal Ministry of Works the state with the best network of roads in the country, having asphalted over 800 kilometers of roads. He reopened long-closed schools and returned missionary schools to the original owners with a grant of 6 billion naira for their rehabilitation, distributing over 30,000 computers, internet access, Microsoft academies to over 500 schools. Anambra State students, for the first time, achieved first place nationwide in the 2013 WAEC and NECO Common Entrance examinations. He provided 700 buses to secondary schools in the state and provided boreholes to over 300 schools. He also built classroom blocks in all the 177 communities in the state. He ensured the payment of over 35 billion naira in outstanding pensions and gratuities in the state since 1999. Before he became governor, no single health institution was accredited in the state. But under his administration, 10 schools of nursing, midwifery, and medical technology, as well as 2 hospitals, were accredited. Mr. Peter Obi stands for justice and fairness and was the first Nigerian governor to reclaim his governorship mandate after 3 years in the court, giving confidence to others to pursue their stolen mandates. He is also the first governor in Anambra State to serve for 2 terms since democratic rule in 1979. Perhaps Mr. Peter Obi's greatest legacy in office was his financial prudence. He funded development projects without borrowing money from financial institutions, nor raising bonds. And he handed over to his successor, Mr. Willie Obiano, also an alumnus of LBS, the sum of 75 billion naira in the form of cash local foreign investments. In a recent testimony, the Anglican Bishop of the Diocese of Amici, Right Reverend E.O. Ikako, spoke glowingly of Mr. Peter Obi while advising his successor, Mr. Willie Obiano, to toe his checkered steps. Mr. Obi is a native of Amatutu village, Agulu, Anaucha, LGA of Anambra State, and he's married to Margaret with 2 children. For contributing in an outstanding way to the development of Anambra State and Nigeria, for contributing in building an oasis of sanity and expanding the ideas of what is possible and what can be done in the society, setting new standards in the process, and for reflecting the ideals of the school both in private and public service, Mr. Peter Gregory Obi is hereby being honored with the Lagos Business School Distinguished Alumni Award.
Meeting the Millennium Development Goals has been a daunting challenge, considering the level of decay in the state's infrastructure when Obi assumed office almost 8 years ago. One of such challenges is the availability of clean, safe water in the state, as the water schemes built in the past were all dilapidated.
When we came on board, there's no functional water scheme in the entire state. Our approach became short-term, medium-term, long-term. What is the short-term position? Do as many boreholes as possible, especially within schools, which we are still doing some. As of today, we've been able to do approximately 500 boreholes. These are in different towns. You see it in the adverts, so the towns know they exist. And within schools and healthcare centers, because it's critical.
So Governor Obi wasted no time in tackling head-on the provision of water to ease the burden of the people, saying that access to safe drinking water has a direct bearing on the health and well-being of the people of Anambra State. Partnering with other developmental agencies like the European Union, UNICEF, and the federal government of Nigeria, the Obi administration, through the State Ministry of Utilities and Water Resources, has recorded successes by installing new water schemes, revamping and expanding existing ones in categories such as urban, rural, and small-town water schemes. One of such urban water schemes successfully rehabilitated and expanded is the Okiko-Doka water scheme, with 100,000 surface tanks pumped by boosters to an elevated reservoir of 100,000 gallons. Residents of the area now have potable water in their houses, with water meters attached to record consumption for easy and accurate billing. The Akuzu Ifite water scheme is on stream, with the capacity to supply water to parts of Akuzu and Dunu in Oyi and Dunukofia local government areas respectively. It has installed a surface tank of 50,000 gallons, 3 boreholes, and 2 new 150 horsepower boosters. It has the capacity to pump water through a reticulation of nearly 10 kilometers. To cover other parts of Dunukofia and Njikoka, the Njikoka-Dunukofia water scheme is now functional. It has an elevated reservoir of 100,000 gallons being supplied by 2 new boreholes. It also has a 350 kVA standby generator. The water scheme currently supplies water to Ukbo, Aba, and some parts of Abagana and its environs. Another major achievement of the Obi administration in the area of water supply is the successful rehabilitation of the Obizi-Uga Regional Water Scheme. Water from the Obizi Natural Spring is pumped into a treatment plant, where it is further pushed by boosters to 14 nearby towns. Water from this facility is stored in various elevated reservoirs, some far away as Ibuku, Akbo, Oyeuga, Ekulobia, Isofia, and Nkpologu, all in Agwata local government area. Residents of Nnewi are not left out in this scheme, as they now enjoy clean potable water in their households, as the Obi administration, through the Anambra State Water Corporation, has successfully rehabilitated the Nnewi Zonal Water Scheme that has not been functional for years. The reservoir holds up to 200,000 liters of water. The unique feature of the Ubaha Amensi water scheme in Agwata local government is that it is powered by solar energy and has a 3,000-gallon storage tank. With over 180 of such schemes dotting the state, the governor has put them onto the Water Sanitation Health Committee, RUWASA, of each benefiting community to ensure security and proper maintenance.
We always buying tanker waters, or we go to Achina here and get drinking water before. Yeah. But now we are very happy. We are not going any other place to purchase water. There is water here now, done by RUWASA.
In this area, water is the most precious commodity. Water can sell as much as the man who has it puts it. So people are very, very happy. Before now, people think that there is no water underground water in this area. But this government have proved them wrong. We have this kind of facility here, one up there, and 3 other places that are powered with generator. But we have 2 that are powered with solar. So it is really a very big thing. People are very happy because it has never happened before.
Still under the Millennium Development Goals initiative, a total of over 500 water schemes have been installed in various schools and health centers throughout the state, providing clean, safe water to students. And
so guys, that's Peter Obi for you. You can see that this man means well for the country. I mean, Peter Obi means well for Nigerians, and you can see how he's using his own money to support everybody, especially schools. Peter Obi said education, that if we can give education to people, that the sufferings of Nigerians can be reduced, because education is the foundation, and anything that has to do with it. You can imagine if Peter Obi becomes president, I'm hoping that many schools are going to be free of charge. I mean, people will be able to go to school, people who afford any level they want to get to, and with what the kind of education we need today that has to do with all the online stuff, Peter Obi will be able to set up, centers that people can receive training and be able to fend for themselves. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think about all this in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. Thank you.